On a handful of volcanic islands in the Indonesian archipelago, time has seemingly stood still. Here, the grass is scorched by a relentless sun, and the air is thick with the scent of salt and decay. In this prehistoric landscape, a creature exists that seems ripped straight from the pages of medieval folklore. It is the world's largest lizard, a predator that can take down a water buffalo 10 times its size. A creature that possesses a venomous bite, a forked tongue that tastes the air for blood, and an evolutionary history that stretches back millions of years. This is the Komodo dragon. For centuries, rumours of land crocodiles reached the ears of Western explorers, but it wasn't until 1910 that the world finally caught a glimpse of the real-life dragon. Today, we're going beyond the myth, from their secret origins in Australia to the controversial discovery of their venomous arsenal. This is the ultimate guide to the king of the monitors, Varanus komodoensis. Most people assume the Komodo dragon is a product of island gigantism, the biological theory that small animals grow large on islands because there are no predators to stop them. But recent fossil evidence has completely flipped that script. Believe it or not, the Komodo dragon is an Australian immigrant. The Great Migration. Fossils discovered in Queensland reveal that the Komodo dragon's ancestors evolved in mainland Australia roughly 4 million years ago. Back then, they shared the continent with even more terrifying giants, like Megalania, a monitor lizard that grew to over 20 feet long. About 900,000 years ago, these dragons migrated westward across the Indonesian islands. While their giant cousins in Australia went extinct around 50,000 years ago, coinciding with the arrival of the first humans, the Komodo dragon found a stronghold in the isolated, rugged islands of Komodo, Rinca, Flores, and Gili Motang. Why did they survive? They survived because they became the undisputed masters of a very specific niche. In a land where food is scarce and the heat is punishing, the Komodo dragon evolved to be the ultimate low-energy, high-impact predator. They are ectotherms, cold-blooded, meaning they don't need to eat every day. A single large meal can sustain a dragon for a whole month. To look at a Komodo dragon is to look at a biological weapon. Every inch of their body is optimized for the hunt. The chainmail skin. At first glance, their skin looks like standard reptile scales, but look closer under an X-ray and you'll see something incredible. Their skin is reinforced with thousands of tiny bones called osteoderms. These act like a suit of natural chainmail, protecting them from the claws and teeth of other dragons during fights for territory or mates. The tongue and the Jacobson's organ. But their most famous feature is the long, flickering yellow tongue. Like a snake, a Komodo dragon doesn't smell with its nose in the way we do. It uses its tongue to pick up microscopic scent particles in the air. When the tongue retracts, it touches the Jacobson's organ on the roof of its mouth. This organ is so sensitive it can detect the scent of a dying animal or a scrap of carrion from up to 6 miles away. Because the tongue is forked, the dragon can tell which direction the scent is coming from by comparing the concentration of particles on the left and right tips. It is a biological GPS for blood. The bite, serrated sabers. The dragon's mouth is home to about 60 frequently replaced serrated teeth. These aren't designed for chewing. They are designed for grip and rip. The teeth are curved backward, so once the dragon sinks them into a limb, the only way for the prey to move is deeper into the mouth. For decades, science books told us a very specific story. The Komodo dragon kills through dirty saliva. The theory was that their mouths were so full of septic bacteria that even a small nip would cause a slow, agonizing death from blood poisoning. In 2009, that theory was shattered. The discovery of venom. Dr. Brian Fry and his team discovered that Komodo dragons actually possess complex venom glands in their lower jaws. This venom is a cocktail of toxins that do 3 terrifying things. Anticoagulation. It stops the prey's blood from clotting. Hypertension. it causes a massive drop in blood pressure. Muscle paralysis, it induces shock, making it impossible for the victim to fight back. The hold and pull. Unlike a cobra that strikes and waits for the venom to work, the Komodo dragon uses a 1-2 punch. It uses its powerful neck muscles to violently rip at the flesh, creating massive wounds. The venom then oozes into these lacerations, ensuring that the prey bleeds out rapidly. If you see a dragon waiting for a water buffalo to die over several days, it isn't waiting for bacteria to work. It's waiting for the massive blood loss and the anticoagulant venom to finally overcome the animal's massive heart. While they look like lumbering giants, Komodo dragons are surprisingly athletic. Stealth and speed. They are ambush predators. A dragon will sit perfectly still in the tall grass of the savanna for hours, camouflaged by its earthy brown scales. When a deer or wild boar wanders too close, the dragon can spring into a sprint of up to 13 miles per hour, 20 kilometers per hour. While they can't maintain this speed for long, their initial burst is often enough to hobble their prey. The expandable stomach. When the kill is made, the feast begins. A Komodo dragon's stomach can expand to an incredible degree. An adult can eat up to 80% of its own body weight in a single sitting. To put that in perspective, imagine a 150-pound human sitting down and eating 120 pounds of steak in 20 minutes. Because they eat so much, they have evolved a unique way to breathe while their throat is blocked by a massive chunk of meat, a small tube under the tongue that acts like a snorkel, allowing them to take in air even when their mouth is completely full. They are also incredibly efficient eaters. They consume bones, hooves, and hide, leaving only about 12% of the carcass behind. The life cycle of a Komodo dragon is perhaps the strangest part of their story. It begins with a fight and ends with a race for survival. Ritual combat. During the breeding season, males engage in wrestling matches. They stand up on their hind legs, using their tails for balance, and try to pin each other to the ground. The winner gets the right to mate. The loser often leaves with deep gashes from those chainmail scales. Parthenogenesis, the virgin birth. In 2006, a female Komodo dragon in a London zoo shocked the world by laying viable eggs without ever having met a male. This is called parthenogenesis. In the wild, this is a survival fail-safe. If a female is washed away to a new, uninhabited island, she can produce a clutch of eggs on her own. Because of their specific genetics, the ZW chromosome system, all offspring produced this way are male. Once those males grow up, they can mate with their mother to jumpstart a new population. It's a genetic restart button that has helped them survive on tiny islands for millennia. The tree-dwelling youth. However, being a baby Komodo dragon is a nightmare. Adult dragons are highly cannibalistic. About 10% of an adult's diet consists of younger dragons. To survive, hatchlings immediately sprint to the nearest tree and live there for the first 4 years of their lives. They are excellent climbers, whereas the adults are too heavy to follow. They also have a disgusting but effective defense mechanism. They roll in feces or the intestines of dead animals to make themselves smell so foul that even a hungry adult won't eat them. Today, the Komodo dragon faces a world that is changing faster than it can adapt. With only about 3,000 to 4,000 left in the wild, they are officially listed as endangered. Their biggest threats aren't other predators. They have none. Instead, they face rising sea levels that threaten to submerge their coastal habitats and the poaching of their primary food source, the Timor deer. In 1980, Indonesia established the Komodo National Park to protect these real-life dragons. It is one of the few places on Earth where you can still feel what the world was like millions of years ago. A place where lizards are the size of cars and the rules of the jungle are written in venom and bone. The Komodo dragon is a reminder that the monsters of our imagination are often much more fascinating in reality. They are survivors, immigrants, and masters of their domain. Narrator. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the realm of the dragon, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the wild. What animal should we cover next? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, watch where you step.